When adding commands to the Amilious Console, you need to make sure that there's a converter for the type of parameter that you're trying to pass into your command. I do have quite a few built in for you already. So like for instance here, this is all for basically all the numeric values, nullables, quaternions, strings, URI. I have vector2, vector2 int, vector3, vector3 int, quaternion, nullable values, enums, and colors. They're already automatically here for you. But I'm going to explain how they work and how you can add additional ones if you need it in your project. So first, when you want a converter, it's best to name it whatever the type is, followed by a converter. And you want to extend from abstract parameter converter and then pass the generic type of the converter. So whatever type it is used to convert. Now there is an abstract parameter converter class that is not generic, and you want to make sure not to use that one because it will not work. All right. So then you are going to need to have a constructor. The constructor should have a reference to the Amilious Console, and then you want to pass that into the base here. You want to pass the console into the base and a friendly name for the type that you're trying to convert. Then if you add your missing members, you should get this public bool convert method, and this is what's actually used to convert the parameters. So it returns a bool, and it has an out value of the converted value and passes in the string value. So you want to return true if the converter is able to convert the value, otherwise you want to return false. Since I have an out variable and I might return false anytime, I usually set the converted value to default at the top. And then moving down here, I added two methods in here that use rejects, and that's try get floats and try get ints. This is an extension on a string, so any string you can type dot try to get floats or try to get ints. I made this so you can easily get numbers out of a string if you need numbers for whatever type you're trying to convert to. So for here, for a vector3, I'm trying to get all the floats out of that string value, and I'm passing in my default parser culture that comes from my settings, and the settings will automatically be in the class because it's inside the abstract parameter converter. So you can do settings or base.settings, and you should be able to get to the settings. Alright, and I have an out here for my values, so all of the float values should be here. I'm checking to see if the length is not equal to 3. If it's not, I'm returning false because this is a vector 3. Otherwise, I'm creating a new vector 3 from the values and setting our converted value equal to it and returning true. So it's not too difficult, it's pretty simple. One thing to note is that the converters that are in the same assembly as this abstract parameter converter are automatically going to be loaded into the console. If you have it in another assembly, you can still add it to the console, but you need to do it using the command handler, and there is a method called add converter. And this add converter method will take the type of the converter, the actual converter, and then there's an optional bool for override converter. So if you want to have your own version of a string converter or an int converter, you don't like the one that I created, you can create your own, pass it in, and then set this override converter to true, and it should replace the existing one. Alright, that's it for this video. I hope it helped, and I'll see you in the next one.